Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're doing something a little bit different, but honestly, really fascinating. We are going to do a deep microanalysis on a seemingly simple yet structurally brilliant piece of foundational media from Nunu TV Nursery Rhymes. If you're the kind of person who loves breaking down how concepts are built from the absolute ground up, well, you are in the exact right place. We're looking at just 8 words today. Seriously, just 8 words. But as you'll see, the architectural design behind them is absolutely captivating.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is the complete transcript we're analyzing today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ready, steady, go. Now, on the surface, it's exceptionally brief, right? Almost impossibly simple. But by breaking this down together, we're going to reveal that this tiny 8-word text actually contains a complete, perfectly engineered structural arc of early cognitive development. It is literally a masterclass in transitioning a young mind from logic to action.
So, to really understand how this works, we have to look behind the scenes at the metadata attached to the source material. It explicitly tags the primary educational objective here as a learn number exercise. And that gives us the precise framework for understanding the whole first half of the transcript. It establishes a foundation of logical mathematics. We aren't just looking at random syllables here. We're looking at the deliberate, step-by-step construction of sequential logic for a developing mind.
Let's transition into the mathematical walkthrough of this sequence. And as we do, I urge you to look at this counting block not just as a list of digits you've known your whole life, but as the building of strict logical order. Think of it like the structural scaffolding of reason. Let's walk through exactly how this sequence builds cognitive momentum, step by sequential step.
1. Boom! The absolute starting point of cognitive order. This initiates the entire sequence, setting a firm, unwavering baseline before we move forward.
2. Now the rhythm continues. We are establishing a steady, almost metronomic pattern here, actively training the brain to expect what comes next.
3. And here we hit the critical halfway point. Actually, this specific grouping, 1, 2, 3, is so culturally foundational, so ingrained in us, that it serves as the literal title of the source material.
4. The rhythm just keeps driving forward, and it's building some heavy anticipation now. The logic we established is pulling the learner directly toward an inevitable capstone.
5. The absolute completion of the cognitive phase. The mathematical scaffolding is fully built. But, as we'll see, this is really merely the setup for a dramatic shift in energy.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core genius of this transcript. Look at how we move from that rigid, logical, mathematical structure of 1 through 5 directly into the kinetic action of ready, steady, go. We've just witnessed a massive, sudden pivot from pure logic to a dynamic, physical burst of energy.
We've officially entered the action trigger. And notice how the delivery inherently accelerates here to match that kinetic energy. We are fundamentally shifting away from the realm of mental order and steady rhythms and jumping headfirst into the realm of physical anticipation. The logic did its job preparing the mind, now it's time to move. Let's actually break down this action trigger, because it's a beautifully methodical, escalating procedure. Step 1, ready. That's your preparation phase. Step 2, steady. The tension is building, holding all that kinetic potential at its absolute peak. And step 3, go, the release. This perfectly structured 3-step process beautifully converts the cognitive learning we just absorbed into physical play. It's like a flawless release valve for all that built-up mental energy. To fully appreciate why this structure even exists, we have to ground these 8 words back into their broadcast environment. The source specifically categorizes this media with the hashtag kindergarten song. Now, that's not just a random label for SEO. It defines a very specific genre of media that intentionally pairs foundational concepts, like our logical numbers 1 through 5, with kinetic anticipation, our ready, steady, go. That pairing is specifically engineered from the ground up to captivate and engage young developing minds. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how the surrounding metadata paints a crystal clear picture of the exact environment where these words are delivered. Being broadcast on YouTube Kids ensures a highly targeted demographic, obviously. But look at the featured visual tag, with slide. That heavily implies there's a physical action tied directly to that final go command. The creator is Nunu TV Nursery Rhymes, and the focus remains explicitly on learn number. When you put it all together, this context perfectly explains why the text is engineered exactly the way it is.
So, this all brings us to our final thought for today's explainer. When we step back and look at this entire structure, from the methodical counting to the explosive release at the end, we really have to ask ourselves, is it the logical counting or the pure kinetic anticipation of the go that truly makes a kindergarten song memorable? Does the logical structure exist to serve the physical action, or does the action simply exist to reinforce the cognitive structure? I'm going to leave you to ponder that brilliant duality of order and action in foundational learning. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and hey, keep exploring the incredible architecture hidden in the everyday information around you. Catch you next time.